welcome back to the U Up Podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Freed. So good to be back here with you, Jordana. We love a Sunday special, don't we?
Love it. Bite-sized. We got a new segment that I'm excited about.
I really love this segment.
Same.
I really love it.
We're getting great submissions.
Are we really? Oh,
Yeah.
my God. And the submissions, like, it's kind of in the same form. It's called Petty or Prudent. It's, Jordana, this is your creation.
Well, it's my to give credit where it's just my brother's idea.
Right.
Which I love because it's just I just think it's really fun.
Right. The relationship ends. This person did this one thing.
Yeah.
Was it petty? Is it prudent?
Yes.
Was it for their mental health, or was it petty and they were just being a piece of shit about it?
Exactly.
Right. That's the game. So,
Right.
I mean, let's just do it right away.
Should
just
we just
jump right in.
Okay. Why not? We've
Right?
never jumped in 57 seconds in.
No, I want people, like, I want this to get its due, you know, because it is and I do think it's in the same vein of the ick. Like,
Right.
the ick to me is most fun when they're ridiculous and reasonable at the same time.
Yes.
You have to be made fun of for, having an ick, and also the other person should be made fun of for doing the ick.
But-
like, you have to both. When the ick is mean, is when someone's being like, look at that fucking loser.
Right.
When the ick is fun, it's like, yeah, I'm being a fucking, I'm being picky, and they're just icky for being that, you know?
Yes. But the ick is even like the person hasn't even wronged you yet. This is sort of like the ick with like a little side of revenge.
Right. This is ick with sauce, a little hot sauce. I like this. Yeah.
Would you ever, if someone like finding out about someone's post-breakup behavior, would you think that would tempt you to lean a certain way towards dating them if you were like if you were a certain amount in?
Ooh.
That'd be like a good like side question on these situations.
Well,
Like,
right,
you find this out about the person when you're on date 5.
There was an idea that there would be like a dating app written by your exes.
Right.
Your profiles written by your exes. I do think it would be nice if it was one section that was like that one ex had to fill in one section.
I like that. Yes.
Before we let you hit that agree to our terms and conditions, there's one section that has to be filled out by someone else that has, said that they're your ex. So you could see, like, because I do think in the beginning of dating, if I heard someone tossed all their clothes out a window and, and screamed at them, I would rethink beginning dating this person. But if I found it out 5 dates in and I'm having a great time, that was them.
Right.
Well,
it's like references. It'd be great if you could call references before deciding if you wanted to, define the relationship, right?
Right.
Everything else you can call a reference.
Absolutely. We all want that until it's on us. Like you want, I'd like some references. And it's like, well, can I call your references? Oh, wow.
Fuck that. Yeah. Forget
Mine? It's
those people are crazy.
Right.
Okay,
right. Right. Or someone goes, I don't even have a reference.
Right.
It's like, okay. Pointing fingers now,
Right.
It's
a slippery slope.
It is a slippery slope, but let's do petty or prudent. Okay,
let's do it. Before we get into it, let's talk about, we got the special coming out.
Special August
soon.
15th, Netflix. That's right, baby. Netflix, the big time. Netflix, the big old Netflix, August 15th. I need you to watch, share, enjoy, share.
Put it on your
love
story.
It, make it on your stories.
Watch it with your family.
Again, I need the OKPs to rise me up.
This is your time.
To help me. I'm
called.
begging. You've been called.
Drafted into the Jared Freed Betches army.
That's right. We need you. We want you to go and touch the special. So, and again, you might go, well, my vote doesn't matter. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
In this algorithm world, I like you, the listener. I like the people who listen to the show. I like the people that come to our shows. I like the people that go to my stand-up shows. You don't even know the people you're influencing, because when you and your account interacts with my special, someone just like you gets, you might like 37 and Single Jared Freed special. So your vote does matter. Your share does matter. Your like, your comment, all that stuff. And again, the special has stuff about being single, going through breakups, the fish picture on the profile, gender reveal parties, parents, body issues, Jews. We got all the subjects, everything.
Yes. And this is going to be the third biggest content piece of the summer. We've got Barbie, Oppenheimer,
Right.
and 37 and Single.
That's right. 1, 2, 3 in that order.
Ready to go.
Let's go to the petty or prudent.
Let's do it.
Also, I'm on the road, Raleigh, North Carolina, Lexington, Kentucky, and all my dates are on jaredfree.com.
This one is submitted by a man. Let's have you read it.
I'll
a
read
resident
it.
man.
Dudes. My girlfriend and I were together for just shy of 2 years. It was a good relationship, but life was taking us in different directions. And I decided to end the relationship. That is the sentence written by the ender.
Right. That sounds like a reference call if I've ever heard one.
Right. Everything was fine. We, ended on amicable terms.
It's my idea.
My idea. It was not really a mutual breakup, but it was also not like I cheated or anything. It was not really a mutual breakup, but it also wasn't like I cheated or did anything messed up. I just didn't want to stay together. Again, very much the paragraph of a dumper.
Yes. It was fine if things were good,
Right, just not the right person for me. Right.
Sure, she has a different version.
Right.
Okay.
Since we kept our own apartments during the relationship, I had accumulated some stuff at her place. More specifically, I had a whole outfit at her place that I used for fancy job interviews. I'm talking nice Italian leather shoes, slacks, button-down shirts, and a tie, even a nice wristwatch. He wrote this like he was a 50-year-old man. Didn't he? Wasn't that very 50-year-old?
Yeah,
Doesn't that sound boomerish?
A little bit. I had my pipe, my pocket square, my monocle.
My top hat, my cane, my whole Mr. Peanut outfit was at her place.
Yeah,
it's
fancy interviews.
Yeah, whenever I'm going out for a Mr. Peanut interview, I had it ready. Talking night. You ever see the video of the Italian? I gotta assume he's Italian. This is his dad watching the waiter pour the martini.
I haven't.
It is the funniest fucking video I have, and it just reminded me of it because it is this like Italian, but it's such a dad thing to like look at a waiter and go, you got like be in awe of how a waiter does his job.
Right.
So he makes this
a dad thing and like an influencer thing. Do the smoking thing. Where you where you light the food on fire.
Right. Yeah. Like do it and show me it. And
right.
I got to show it to you. Italian Dad Martini. This guy is so fucking funny to me.
There we go. Okay. Can you do that?
Yeah, maybe.
Can you do that? You know we're going to put you to the test.
I can do that.
Huh? Look at that. He's holding it, though.
This guy on The Sopranos.
You see that?
Right.
Huh? Look, you don't see me going like this.
Didn't even. Oh, there it is.
That's impressive.
It's like a good
It's
martini.
been tried. See the snap finish? He had to stop yelling bang when he does that because some old
Like
people-
just him bragging for the guy pouring the martini.
He's impressed.
He's challenging the kid. Can you do that?
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I loved every second of it. So just him writing nice Italian leather shoes,
Nice
slacks,
wristwatch.
button-down shirt, tie, even a nice wristwatch. Okay, I digress. I'm sorry, we jumped right in.
We did.
The months after our breakup were somewhat chaotic for me since I was moving out of the city, and quite frankly, I forgot to ask for this outfit back. About 3 months later, I get a notification on Poshmark that my Poshmark friend had just put up some new listings. I guess I followed my ex on Poshmark since apparently that's a thing. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
Poshmark, of course.
Do you follow people on Poshmark?
I don't have a Poshmark, but like I know of it.
You know what it is. I'm just saying, like, I know you've
Do you
listed
have
things.
friends on it, I guess?
I guess. And if you follow someone that's, I guess, a good producer of items,
Right.
you would get notifications that they're listing something. I guess that's
I guess,
what it
but that means
is.
I guess he's selling things on Poshmark. I
Right.
thought mostly like I didn't know that. I don't know any men who sell things on
This
Poshmark.
is very foreign to me. The
Maybe
fact
they
that
do, I
he
don't
even
know.
has an account, but he's even saying in his email, he's like, apparently that's a thing.
that you have a follower on
Right.
Poshmark. Yeah.
Maybe she was a big Poshmark user and
Sounds like she would be. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Anyways, I go on the app to look, and sure enough, she had listed all of my stuff to sell, even the wristwatch. All combined, it was almost $1,000 of clothing. I couldn't believe the pettiness. Not wanting to reopen any wounds, I stood back helplessly and watched as she auctioned my stuff off to the highest bidder. Please tell me if you agree. Stage 5, petty or nah? This is a perfect introduction to petty or nah.
I love it.
So he's dating this person. And then the months after, about 3 months after the breakup,
Yes.
is when
She
he
sold
gets a
his-
notification. I don't know if she's in charge of sending notifications.
I
or
think
not,
no. I think
right?
that Poshmark has just sent a notification because he happens to be friends with her.
And I'm sure he happens to be friends with her because she's a Poshmark user. And at the time of their relationship, I'm putting like
Right.
some
Yeah.
things together. Time of their relationship.
Doesn't sound like she had anything to do with him being notified about this. I think it was
Right.
just like an automated thing. Like
And they were following each other because they were together
Yeah.
and she liked using Poshmark and he was supporting her.
right.
Fine. What do you think?
I think
Petty
it's
or
a,
not?
I think it's a nah. You got 3 months. You didn't pick up your shit.
Right.
Not mine now.
Right. I have to say it's a nah.
You think it's a nah too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because again, the pettiness comes from
If it was like the next day, petty.
well,
3 months.
Well, him not asking for it.
That too.
You know,
Well,
him
that's the
going,
thing.
things got chaotic. It's not like he asked for it. Hey, I'm going to come over. Yo, you can't come over. Hey, I'm going to come over. I'm busy. Hey, I'm going to come over. No, not today. And then he sees it on Poshmark and you're like, that's petty.
Yeah.
He didn't even ask for it. It's been 3 months. She's
agree.
trying to move on. To me, she's going, I'm not calling him. Fuck him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to
Right.
reopen the wounds in the same way you didn't want to reopen the wounds to go back to her and mention it to her.
I agree. I mean, it's not. I think like if she threw it out, would he be mad? What is she supposed to
No.
do? Just keep it in her apartment forever?
Until you say you want to come over.
Right.
It's your responsibility. It's your shit.
I agree. I think this is a power move. I like it.
Well,
She's making some money, probably
right.
paying for her therapy bills.
right. And the pettiness is the only reason you know about is this weird notification that
Right.
she had no control
It'd be
over.
one thing if she like told you, like, and I
Hey,
sold all your
right.
shit and I made $1,000.
That's where the pettiness comes in.
Right.
Is this I'm doing this in spite of your request or making you have to see it
Right.
on purpose?
How long do you think you have to get your shit from someone's apartment after you break up?
I think a week. I'm not I thought for a second a month, but no. Like if you did the dumping,
Especially
you
if
get
you
a
did the
week.
dumping.
If you got dumped, I think you get like a month.
Yeah.
Like, and then beyond that, we've moved on.
It's over.
And,
Yeah.
and a month-
Property is whoever's currently in possession of it.
right. And what do they say? Possessions is
9/10
9/10
of the law.
Yeah. But also, it's a month from last speaking.
hmm
So, if you're still talking and texting, like that kind of, it would be shitty to be texting with someone and then a day later you throw away all this shit.
Right.
I think there's something to say of like, we're done, the relationship's over, and then it's been a month since you've talked.
So these are the U up rules of
Right.
breakups. The U up rule, and we can come up with a new U up rule of breakups after every submission.
Right.
The U up rule of breakups is if you were dumped 1 month from the last time you spoke to get your shit,
Right.
and if you've done the dumping, you got 1 week or it's theirs.
Right. Done.
Okay.
And they can sell it on Poshmark.
I like that rule.
I like that rule too.
You find out 5 dates in that the woman that you're dating sold her ex's suit on Poshmark.
In this same scenario,
Yeah.
totally fine with it. Not even crossing my mind. I would get it. I'd be like, good for you, $1,000.
Would you ever sell a woman's stuff?
No,
that you like?
no, that'd
Would
be
you
a
toss it?
garbage move.
You'd
Yeah,
toss it. Okay.
I would toss it. I would hope I would give them the opportunity to like do, come and get it or whatever. But like, this clothing stuff always gets. Very rarely does anyone believe it's just the clothing.
Right.
That's the problem here. Is like he's like, I don't want to open up wombs by asking for my outfit. She's like, I don't want to go down that road of someone who ended it with me having to talk to them again, and I don't
Yeah.
know where that's gonna go.
I think it's a smarter move than texting him.
Oh, absolutely. A month later, 3 months later,
Right.
here she is with my wristwatch. You know what this means?
Exactly.
Trying
The
to
tale is
get
old as
back
time.
the big
Yeah.
dog.
Okay. Alternative scenario.
Okay.
It's been 2 months. You forgot that something of hers is in your apartment. Your mom's in your apartment. She's like, I love this bracelet. I love it. I don't know where it's from. Can I have it?
I would say to her that used to belong to someone that I used
What if
to
she's like,
talk to. I don't care.
I love it. Can I have it?
Yeah, it's hers.
She's like, she didn't do anything to me.
right. It's hers.
You give it to her.
Yeah.
That's great.
And if I got a call or a text like, hey, where's I would have to go, Mom,
I need the bracelet.
I need the bracelet. You're done with it.
Fair.
Your time is over.
That's very.
What would you think if someone sold your stuff?
I've broken up with them, and it's been 3 months.
You break up with them, they sell your stuff. 3 months later.
3 months, it's theirs. I think because if
Right.
I haven't texted them in 3 months for it, I either don't care about it enough to make sure I've gotten it back,
Right.
or I've done something so bad that I don't feel entitled to ask for anything.
Well, the thing about this is like, when do you get released from the other person's anxieties and emotional state? You don't even know.
Right.
So like,
You don't want to. When is it worth getting yourself reinvested in this?
right. And you go, and there is a thing where it's like, even if you were dumped, and then you're like, well, where's my sweatshirt? 6 months later, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, then that's petty. I
right.
think if he were to ask, that would be petty.
Right.
Yeah,
Where's my
That point.
stuff?
petty.
Oh, now you're being petty.
Right. So we disagree with you,
Yes.
listener.
But that's why we have the show.
Yes.
It's great.
Love it.
Let's do an email.
All right. Hi, J&J, longtime listener, Feather. I'll get right into it. I started seeing this guy a while ago, and everything has been going well. We see each other a few times a week. He plans dates. He's communicative and open, and we have a lot of fun together, and overall very happy with how things are progressing. Here's the kicker. He's Australian, and when we first started dating, he mentioned how different dating is here in America versus in Australia. He explained that in Australia, when you start dating someone and decide you like them enough to pursue them, that's it. You continue to see each other and things progress naturally. There's no defining the relationship talk. It's just an unspoken agreement of sorts. This is all fine and good, but as I am newly in the world of secure attachment from anxious attachment, I don't like this. LOL. How do I go about having the DTR talk without actually having it? Your sound advice is so appreciated. Best 2 cultures, 1 relationship status.
You know what's so funny about this? It's like, can you just go with the flow?
For her?
For her.
Oh, I think he's being annoying.
Oh, I don't think so at all.
I think
he's made it easy on her. Just say he's your boyfriend.
You think?
Yes, I know.
I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What do you? I've heard this actually
in Australia, we don't label things as boyfriend or girlfriend.
He's like, if
it
he's
just
so
seems like
chill,
a little bit of a cop out. No. Oh, you're saying she should take advantage of the chillness and be like, well, then I guess you're my boyfriend.
Yeah, done.
But
it's
he's
boyfriend
kinda like,
to me. You're my boyfriend.
But he's kind of like, well, there are no labels. We
I
don't
don't-
even
right,
do that.
he's
That's what I'm saying. Like to me,
loosey-goosey.
my bullshit detector goes
Yeah.
off where he's like, well, in Australia, we don't need to define things. Like,
We don't, what is to call?
do you know what I mean? I
What
feel like
does
sometimes
anyone
men
call a
do this
relationship? Yeah.
where they make you feel like unfun and uptight for like wanting the security of some sort of a label.
Right, I don't
kinda
know.
felt-
I guess
I
I
kinda
read
felt like
the-
he was doing that.
I read this a different way, where it's like, because I've heard this from Australian listeners of ours,
Okay.
where it's like,
Rebel Wilson did say something along those lines.
right, where you're just dating and that's kind of what it is, and we're dating. Which to me, like, this person can't get. To me, I read this as this person, which I appreciate their email. I think it's a great email. I know, not to like, go against them, but it's like, to me, it's like, okay, they're basically saying to you, like, I'm with you. When I date someone, I'm dating them. And I think she's so afraid of having no ending.
Right.
If an ending should happen, she wants to know when it's over, when the movie's over. And this is, in her mind, a way of him being like of being able to just float away like a balloon. And it's like, I didn't really take it that way. I took it as we're dating and we're going to call it what we call it. And if I have to stop dating you, then I'm going to have a hard conversation with you. I would assume that. But I guess it does make
That's the
sense that he could
assumption,
get
right.
out of doing
Right.
that
We'll
by
be like,
having
well, we
this.
never said that we were in a relationship. I
Well,
think that
that's
like,
the point, though.
right.
If there is no talk, then, then there is no, well, we never talked about it. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
that's what I'm saying. Like to me, it's almost like he's sort of preempting his ability to get out of it by never really saying that they're fully in it.
Right. I guess that would be the American version to him, in my opinion. Like the American version is we have this talk so that we have this untalk,
Yes.
like, and if there's
security.
no talk, well, but then in the American version, if there's no talk, then there's no untalk needed. To me, in his version, the Australian version would mean we are just going to go as if, and if we have to end, then there's going to be another version of having to do something. I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
I
still think he would owe her a real breakup.
Right. I don't think he could get out under the premise that he's already said doesn't exist.
I think that's what he's trying to do. That's what it feels like. I can understand.
Right.
I'm just saying, I understand her need for like a feeling of safety.
Sure.
Right? Like, let's say Netflix was like, yeah, we're going to do it. I don't know if we're going to do a contract, but like, we'll see. Like,
Right.
you know, at Netflix, what we do is like, we just kind of like say we're going to do something and we like feel it out. You'd be
Right.
like, you'd be like, oh, I want it in writing.
But then if I saw the special go up, I'd be like, I have a Netflix special.
Right.
It would go up. You know, if I was
Or
on
it
a date
wouldn't.
with or it wouldn't. But I also would get, I think there's this more of like, we're doing boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. We're doing Netflix on Netflix stuff.
Right.
Like,
it's either there or it's not.
right. And you go, and so to me, that's why I'm like, to me, my advice to her is the same as I would do. I would go around being like, I have a Netflix special. You can go watch right now.
Okay.
In the same vein that I would go, I have a boyfriend. What do you think, boyfriend?
Right.
You know, like.
Well, good. Yeah, that's a good way to test him.
Right. I would.
Yeah.
Exactly. She kind of weirdly gets what she wants because how long have they been together?
Well, I'm just like unclear if he means like that we're actually dating, because he's saying we don't even say what we are in my country.
When we start dating someone and decide you like them enough to pursue them, that's it. You continue to see each other and things progress naturally. To me, progress naturally is to her. I mean, to me, progress naturally means
It also could seem like a code word though for like we're just talking.
right.
Like,
I think if you've been let down, you're more likely to not just say to not be okay with this.
yeah.
To like you're past.
To be like, I'd like to have a feeling that we're on the same page and we're both acknowledging that we're in a relationship.
Right. And I guess she's let off. Now she gets to not have this. You know, I think she doesn't have to have this important meeting that maybe in another context she'd have to have. Like if I were her, like, if you feel you're in a relationship and he has already given you go ahead, if you feel a certain way, then you're going with it.
Right.
So I would say to her as advice, I would be like, I would introduce her to someone as your boyfriend. And that's the reveal. You think he's your boyfriend.
I like that.
And
See how he responds.
Right. He will either go, you're my girlfriend. And if he never calls you girlfriend after that, that's a different conversation. Now you get to say, hey, I keep calling you my boyfriend. You've never really acknowledged me as your girlfriend. What's up with that?
Right.
Oh, we don't use
right.
words like that. It's like, well
that's what
don't
I'm
you think that I'm a little now she can be turned off. Again, this is to me like the medicine she doesn't want to take.
I guess, but it's also like they live in the United States.
Right.
Right. So it's like, I get that in the UK, you drive on that side of the road, but like, welcome to America. It's not, you're not
Right.
there anymore.
I
Time to like,
well, if I, again, that's where I go. Where if he said we don't do labels in Australia, that's where I agree with that.
right.
Where
That's
you
what
go, well, I'm here
Well,
and
welcome
I
to-
do labels.
Yeah.
You know, like I do them. It's my policy. I think like making
Yeah,
it
it's like
your policy.
you also like, you're living in my country. You're living in my world.
Right.
This is how we do things here.
But even that to me is your like, you know, skirting responsibility of saying, I think you're my boyfriend.
Right. But yeah, I'm saying like that even, I guess the labeling of it seems like it means so much different to him than it does to her.
Right. And it does. You know, like I think for, you know, another part of this is it's easier for him to go, yeah, you're my girlfriend. And then it's easier for him to go, today we're
Right.
not boyfriend. It's easier. I think it might be easier for him to break up. Not to
So then
scare
she
the shit
shouldn't
out
be
of her.
relaxed. That's the
Well,
whole-
but I'm saying, what are you trying to lock people in? Like, to me, this is a more.
That is kind of what she's trying. She's not. It's not like locking people in. She's trying to like feel secure in what's going on, because I think that there are people who are dating a lot, and like you said, they do get a little burned where they assume that someone that they're seeing two times a week is their boyfriend or dating someone,
Right.
and then that other person is on a totally different page. So I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting the security of feeling like this person is acknowledging that you're in a relationship.
Right. I guess nothing is wrong with it. You're totally right. I think swimming with the current is a better way for this person to go than swimming against it because she wants to do it the American way.
Right. Well, I think she should try your
I think it would
thing,
help.
right?
I think it would be like,
This is my boyfriend.
and my boyfriend will
Steve
have
Irwin.
the shrimp scampi.
Yeah. That sounds very natural.
Right.
Yes.
And make it real natural. And for my boyfriend, they will have the tuna tartare. I don't know why I have them at a fish place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think like, yeah, but you want to play this game? All right, double down. boyfriend.
See how they do it at Outback Steakhouse.
Right. My boyfriend will have the bloomin' onion.
I love it.
There it is. We solved dating again.
We did it. Proud of us. Submit your petty or nas at uup@betches.com, uup@betches.com.
Absolutely. Check out Oversharing and check out August 15th.
The Netflix special.
37 and single.
All the stories. Get on there.
Boom.
Bye. The You Up podcast is produced by Jorge Morales-Pico, Sean Kilby, and Candice Maniga. Editing by Jorge Morales-Pico and Shannon Sassone. Social media by Candice Maniga. Guest booking by Ali Friedlander. Be sure to follow at u.up.podcast on Instagram and send us your emails to uup@betches.com.